Hey, we're back. We're
We are
back.
back.
We are back today to celebrate Willie Nelson's 93rd birthday.
Wow.
Congratulations, Willie Nelson. Outlived all the rest of them. Saw a picture this morning. It was himself, Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, and Chris Christopherson. And Willie outlasted all of them. So apparently, smoking a lot of weed will keep you alive a very long time.
Well,
So
he's preserved, you know?
he was preserved long before he got well. Then Keith Richards is going to live forever. I mean, I think that's a given. Then so.
I think he might be part robot by this point anyway. So
Well, they're still performing. They have to be. I mean, I was still in my mom's womb when those guys hit the States in 1963. So, or whenever they hit there. I know. I think actually the Beatles. I think came before I was even born. But some of who's still alive there.
Paul McCartney.
Paul, yeah, Paul's the only one still alive.
He's
Yeah.
not an original Beatle, correct?
No, he is. Yeah, McCarthy and John Lennon.
Ringo was Ringo the one that came in later?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but he was still a part of the original four when they came over from Britain.
Right.
I think they did originally have a different drummer, and then they put in Ringo because they couldn't find a worse drummer anywhere, so they put him in. So
he's still alive too.
You're right. Ringo is probably still alive. Yeah. So either way, kind of off the subject here. So last week we talked about what did we talk about? The AI Secrets Challenge that was coming up, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what we talked about. It was a whole week ago. And since then, we've all been going through the challenge.
Yep.
And it has been a very, very interesting week. I wrote a post about this the other day on how Russell's always testing stuff.
Yep.
So the old model for challenges was you would do basically 3 days of training. Think of it as a sideways perfect webinar. So 3 days worth of your secrets. Then on the fourth day, you do some training for like half an hour or an hour, and then you drop the offer, and then you do the logical repitch on Friday. Well, then in January, they did 2 new webinars. One was for the One Comma Club Challenge, and the other one is something to product something.
True Wellen. It was like an e-com challenge. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. One perfect product or something product.
One product away or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, that could be. I completely missed that one, but I've heard it was the exact same format where 2 days worth of training. Then on Wednesday, the offer was dropped. But what they did in the One Comma Club Challenge is I should have had this graphic ready, but they showed a graphic with like basically 12 boxes on it. And like the first day, they filled in like 6 of the boxes. So on Wednesday, they filled in 6 of the boxes. Here it is. You're going to get this stuff. And oh, by the way, we're going to drop more bonuses tomorrow. Thursday, they drop more bonuses. Friday, they drop more bonuses. And then on Saturday, even they had another show then on Saturday as well.
And then the Monday.
And Monday, and I think they actually had something on Sunday night prior, getting people's tech ready so they could get on all that kind of stuff, which is good. I mean, more engagement you get, the better. But now this one, they dropped the offer halfway through Tuesday. And there was definitely mixed response to dropping the offer that early. I was watching the chat, and like I said, I'll just leave it at there was definitely mixed response on that. But the entirety of the offer was dropped there instead of what they did with One Comma Club and the product thing is then give more bonuses as you went along. So it's like, boom, 100% right there on Tuesday, nothing else the next couple of days. So obviously we'll never be privy to the numbers. We'll never know how this did performance-wise versus the other. But I would guess I don't think it's going to perform as well. And I mean, there's so many factors there, including what was the offer itself. And we were chatting.
The other part of it is in One Comma Club, the VIP trial was ClickFunnels. It wasn't the main product of the offer. The One Comma Club offer, the main product was the FBC, but you got ClickFunnels included. Mm-hmm. Here, the main product is, as it's currently presented in the stack, is Marketing Secret. which we all have access to through the free trial if you took the VIP.
Yeah. So that's a good point. So essentially, I'm thinking back when Russell used to do the big webinars that really got things going. He was doing the Funnel Hacker webinar. And so they were using the linchpin model. So you opt in, then you can get a free trial on the thank you page, get a free trial for ClickFunnels. And then he sells you a bunch of training and throws in like a year's worth of ClickFunnels along with the training. So it's essentially a way to sell you ClickFunnels, get you into ClickFunnels, but you offer it as training with ClickFunnels as a kicker. Here again, what Madison just said is here, the linchpin was the VIP, and now the offer is the same software with a little bit of training. So that's all things that we've been watching this week. Again, we'll find out, was it a good move? Was it not? But they experiment all the time. Yeah. So if this one didn't work out.
It is 2-tier subscription software. There are premium features that are not included in the trial that we're all on, or the trial people took to get the VIP. So you could go about it. You're just getting a little sampler taste of it. And then there is obviously some things built in that are not live yet, or maybe they're going to show up today. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. Maybe they got something in store for us today. We don't know yet. But the thing is, if anybody wants any information about the what do they call it, AI Secrets Challenge, or about the Marketing Secrets app, just reach out to Madison or myself. We're going to be doing some additional training ourselves for people who join underneath us. We're going to do some additional training over the next 6 weeks. We're going to do weekly implementation calls. We're going to get on there with people, and we're just going to go through the software, what we're doing with it, what we're doing with AI in general. Probably we'll talk about. We're talking about all kinds of stuff. So either way, if you're interested in something like that, just get a hold of one of us, DM us on Facebook or something, because that's probably where you're watching this.
Our profiles are tagged in the description.
Oh, hey, there you go. Look how efficient you are right there. So
I know.
But I think Madison is prepared to show you all some stuff inside of the Marketing Secrets app. And right now we actually may have access to some premium items that we may not have should have had access to, but we have access, so we can show it off a little bit. Shh, don't tell anybody. Yeah. Yeah, by the time Madison gets in there now, it's going to be canked. And
it's going to be gone.
Get kicked out.
Ben Hoots pulled the plug. Yeah.
Counts deleted. So, yeah. All right.
So I think share my screen here. This entire window over here. Okay, so if you've not watched any of the challenge, I have admit I've not been able to watch as much of the challenge as I would have liked. Just life and baby and all the things. So I am a little bit as a newbie coming to the software. So you're gonna get a just like somebody clicking around trying to figure out what the heck they're doing approach to this a little bit. So the first thing we obviously have are these training sprints. Now the interesting thing here, I loved that this a little bit of me like getting a little bit of like, haha, I loved it. Russell said on day 1 that courses are dead and software is dead. And then on day 2, there was a guy that said, you just sold me a course about how to create courses. Russell's like, sorry.
I didn't really mean dead. Yeah, no, so he had to come back in. Well, I mean, first off, it's a hook. It was a hook. It got you to go watch the soap opera the next day. But the real point was you got to add more than just a course, because anybody can go onto AI right now, just like they've been doing for years, go onto YouTube and just put something in and get so much information. So you have to add other things into your courses, into your coaching, whatever. And a good place to start is building yourself your own app or having other tools that you can use to help things out. Like one of the things in here you could do if you're working with a client, you can do all of their analytics in here. You can connect to hundreds of different integrations. And so this can be your central hub where you can have all of your clients' information coming into this point and then outputting really good, attractive sheets, pages, whatever, showing them all their data.
Yep. So this is what we would call the new success path, basically, right? Because you have these different things and they unlock as you go through them. This is an account, a workspace. We have the ability to have different workspaces. Basically, I think they called them.
Yeah, they call them workspaces.
Do they call them workspaces? Yeah, create a workspace. So it's to prevent your information from crossing over, right? Funnel Baby should not talk about dog treats, for example. It would take two things I've sold in the past. I've not sold Funnel Babies. Gosh, that sounded bad. No.
Yeah. Funnel babies you're selling funnel babies now. Well, they're kind of like they're like Beanie Babies, but they're just funnel babies.
I could sell Beanie Babies, so Funnel Baby could sell Beanie Babies.
But our understanding so far is so you can have different workspaces. So if you got 2, 3, 4 different businesses, you break them up into your different workspaces. And then inside of each workspace, then you can create projects inside of each workspace. And so maybe you got a project where you're working on your attractive character. So you just create that, or you have a chat within a project where you're working on your attractive character. So you got a lot of flexibility on how you can kind of put this stuff together.
And if anybody has comments or questions or concerns, just drop them in the chat. I'm trying to keep my eyes on both places. So we're definitely answering any questions you have to our best ability. So as you can see here, we have attracted character, the Brain Dream 100. Now, Dan, I've not actually gone through and done all these, but you said once you go through them, they do unlock the other below them. Is that correct?
No, I don't think because you got 3 there that are saying coming soon. I don't think those are built out yet.
Okay.
Because again, I mean, it's launching this week. So, if people get in here, just know that this stuff will be coming over the next couple of weeks. But yeah, so you go into the Brain and just open up the Brain there if you can. And there's like 2 videos you have to watch to unlock whatever. And I think in the case of the Brain, you don't really unlock anything. Mm-hmm. But so you watch both videos, you check the mark lesson as complete, and then after that, I came back into it again for some reason, and that's when I got the confetti, and it said, "Oh, you've completed it," and all that stuff. So, so you do that, and as you do these tasks, it gives you extra credits as well. And so then, if you go into the attractive character, there's like 2 or 3 lessons in there that you have to go through to unlock the attractive character mechanism in here. And then there are bonus material as well, in case you have not seen all of Russell's attractive character training over the years. You can go and check that out. Now, as I'm saying that, I want to let you know here, because they have something in there known as the Brain. Okay. It has been trained. That's the word I was looking for. It has been trained on everything Russell has ever done, supposedly. Now, maybe they don't have all the everything in there loaded up, but they're certainly working on it. But it's definitely got all of his books in there. I think he's got, he's supposed to have all of his podcasts, a lot of stuff. It has everything he's ever done right in there. And so you want to come in here, go through the attractive character training, and then what they'll ask you to do is then you start working on building out yourself as the attractive character. You can set up different voices as well. So maybe you have a voice that you write your newsletter with is different than the voice you have on a podcast, which is different than a voice you would have in an email, which is different than a voice you would have on a book. And so you can change those by feeding all of your information into it, so it's speaking the way you would speak, but then also using a lot of Russell's frameworks over the top of it.
Yep. And so kind of a unique way that this is positioned, how you access that is by going to software. And so a little bit of a combination, while this does have Russell's Brain in the back end of it, what they're considering the Brain here is the information you feed into your chief of staff about your products and services. Okay. So if we go through, that's my understanding of it, at least.
No, I think you're right. So yeah, so think of it like you got Russell's content. Let's put it this way. Russell's content is like the LLM behind it.
Yeah.
And then you're putting your stuff in here in this chief of staff thing. You're putting your information in here as well. So it's going to go first off of your information, and then secondarily off of how Russell's frameworks work. And that's really, think of it that way. These are Russell's frameworks, and you're going to take your stuff and apply it to his frameworks of, all the hundreds of frameworks he has in all of his books.
Yep. And remember, Dan, what we talked about last week, we talked about the fun button. We're the breaking news on Whisper. I mean, we were 3 days ahead of Russell talking about Whisper Flow. And the fun
last week, maybe it was last week.
It was last week, I believe.
I'll tell you, last week seems like a year ago.
I know.
I haven't slept.
I feel like I've been in a time warp.
Yeah.
Russell warp. Okay. So there's a couple different ways that you can fill this in here. You obviously can come here. You can import from ChatGPT. I've not done that. You can simply just go in here, add a memory. You can go feed it, or you can just chat to it. You can upload stuff. You can copy and paste. What I have actually done is use this API. So I'm going to slide a different screen over. And
while she's doing that, you'll see there also you can connect this to Claude, you can connect it to ChatGPT, you can connect it to Cursor, and then using the API, you can connect to virtually anything else.
Yeah. So I just currently have this stuff in Manus. So all I did here is go through here. It gave me out just like, it's like, tell me everything you know about Funnel Baby. And this is the one. Should have been up here. I think maybe because I did it on my, here, right here. I gave it, I put it up here at the very top. So I took this, it gives me this little snippet here, copy command. Show here. This is just basically how computers communicate to each other. It's a simple and easy way to just pass all this information across. As you can see, I just strictly gave that all to Manus right there. And
so
I said,
just dropped that directly into a chat. Yeah. And it connected to, okay. I was thinking when you had to do that. Well, I mean, you probably could also do that as some sort of a connector inside of Manus somehow, but you actually just dropping it into the chat did that. But only because for this chat then.
Because Manus is an energetic agent, right? It's like Claude Code. I don't know if you did this in Claude, specifically just Claude. It could do it. Claude Code, Claude Cowork could do that for you. And obviously Manus can. Because it can go out and it has its computer. A Perplexity computer could probably do it too. This is just where I have the information, so easier than copying and pasting, right? It pulled through. It says, I compiled the Funnel Baby knowledge package.
Okay, now where did it compile that from?
The information it has, that Manus has.
How does Manus have information about Funnel Baby? Or have you been doing a bunch of...
I've been doing projects in here, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So in those folders, I guess I do see Funnel Baby there as a folder. Yep. So because this is an agent, not just an LLM, it's able to look into those folders and do tasks for you.
Yep.
So I mean, think the difference is so think of like Claude as you put something into Claude, you ask it a question, it gives you an output. Here, this is an agent that can do tasks for you.
Yep, correct. So like it's helped me to create my Funnel Baby newsletter, the formula daily. And it helped me to
the formula.
Of course. Marketing's so easy, a baby can do it. So easy for a baby. You can see up here, I kind of created these initial posts. So it used Nano Banana 2 to do this for me. So it has a lot of information about this character that I have created. I started ChatGPT and moved it to Manus. I'm moving it to Claude, to my own basically project. So as you can see, if I go up here, basically I had to say, I want you to put it into saved memory. That is one of the tools that it gives us here. So this, unlike the ClickFunnels MCP that's hooked into Claude, so far marketingsecrets.ai only gives us 4 ways to communicate it with it through an MCP that I have found. Search your memory, get your memory profile, save to it, and find what you've put in recently. And so I said, push this to Marketing Secrets AI using this little script down here. And I want you to save it to the memory. I just copied over. You can see I already have it highlighted. Memory-save. So
where do you put that? The memory-save or underscore save? Was that part of that original prompt that you put up at the top?
Yep. I said the MCP should allow you to push it. I believe it's memory_save. That's why I want you to push all the information that you have. And then it asks for my API key again, which is just right here to connect it over with. And as you can see, it's confirmed the MCP. It's pulled the API key over. It's found the memory save. And this is the scope of the package that it gave it.
Okay.
So it gave it the core identity, the persona, the voice, things funnel baby says, things funnel baby avoids, strategic positioning, caption framework, reusable content, extracted video scripts.
Now, so if somebody has stuff on Claude that they want to connect. Now, yesterday, Todd said that Claude can talk to marketing AI and vice versa. Marketing Secrets AI can talk to Claude. So it's a two-way path is what he said once you get that thing connected. And so for Claude, Cursor, and ChatGPT, you don't have to go through some of the machinations she went here for Manus.
I don't know if that's in its current state, if that's possible. That's probably possible down the road. And you could create a skill inside of here, inside of Marketing Secrets AI, to push anything back to wherever you wanted it to go, as long as you had like a webhook or a MCP or HTTP request, some type of thing like that.
Okay. All right. Well, that's the way it's supposed to work eventually. And so we'll see over time here over the next 2 weeks what they come up with. And so just, again, everybody be aware, they're just launching this thing here. If you go in there, something doesn't work, show them where they can go and send feedback, because what we found is when you want to send, have feedback go, so click on your name in the bottom left-hand corner, and then right there is feedback. They've been very responsive, very quick. And again, all of this stuff is essentially being built with AI to be put into the AI thing here. So, basically you got a box, and then they're putting a bunch of little smaller AI apps inside of it to do each one of these singular tasks. I mean, think of it kind of like a skill. Each one is essentially a skill in Claude, where it's essentially a unitasker, and it says, okay, you unitasker right here, you're going to be doing just attractive character. That's all you need to know. That's all we're going to train you on is attractive character. Go. Get to work.
Yep. Now it says your brain is now available in a Cursor chat or in a Claude command, but it's just saying that it's just your brain currently, right? Like that's the kind of the context, I would say, because if we look into the API or other, it says available tools are just these 4 tools. So when we look at the MCP inside of the ClickFunnels connection in Claude, it is create a blog post, create a course lesson, get a contact, give a tag, blah, 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 all these things. Currently, there seems to only be 4, unless there's documentation someplace else.
Yeah. Well, and again, this is week 1. So over time, there should be other things, because what these are known as is API endpoints. And so an API like ClickFunnels is pretty robust. Todd said, actually, he's got the guys working on making it even more robust. So there's more things that can be done in there, just so that you can more readily be able to push anything back and forth between ClickFunnels as well. So you can set up. Go ahead.
That's the nature of a bullet train that it's built on, is that every data point is accessible through an automatically created API.
Okay. All right. See, that's all like big fancy talk and stuff there.
Marketing mumbo jumbo.
Yeah, exactly. But then also, so we're showing what you can connect here with other LLMs, but what else can you connect to? I think if you hit on if you scroll up to the top of the
all the way up to the top.
Yeah. Integrations, there's other ways to get to the integrations here.
We should say, when you create a workspace and you go through it, asks you a series of questions, it is going to suggest, I think, 8 integrations. your Gmail, your Google Calendar, your Stripe account. Ironically, I don't think it asks you to connect your ClickFunnels.
Well, but right there, right on your page right there is where you can connect your ClickFunnels account right there.
Yes.
So you're doing your sales inside of your ClickFunnels account. You're creating analytics in there. Maybe you got some other analytics somewhere else. You got they got Google Analytics as an integration. Yep. And so you can be pulling all that stuff together. Yep. Plus you can see here there's 100 plus at least. Todd thought it was more like 400, but you can only really see 100 on the list here. You can connect your Stripe account, your Slack account, your calendars, all this kind of stuff. And then you can just be using this as a place. I mean, think of it as Zapier on steroids, because you can be pushing stuff here and pulling it in from there. And just there was the one girl yesterday, unless she was pulling everybody's leg, she put out a list of like 10 things she had already done. And frankly, as Russell's reading it, I'm like going, I don't know what half of that is that she had already set up, but she was like fully integrated with half a dozen different platforms. And it's just like, I haven't figured out how to turn it on yet. And you're like integrating with stuff. And I'm like, come on. So it's clearly PhD level education here.
So like with Claude and the MCP with ClickFunnels, this is only one workspace. So it's not one workspace per marketing AI workspaces. It's just connecting all of your Marketing Secrets AI workspaces to one ClickFunnels workspace. Now, if you have one ClickFunnels workspace, you're like, well, whoop-de-doo, Madison. If you have more than them, it gets difficult. So there's a caveat.
Okay. I have not actually connected that yet. So when you click on connect, then it does it pull up all your workspaces?
Yes, it's just lost into ClickFunnels like anything else, or it's supposed to. Oh, there we go. Yep.
Okay. All right. So it pulled all that up. Well, so do you want to connect it or not? Because I'm curious to see. Because I mean, you should be able to disconnect it.
Oh yeah.
We'll
just connect it to Funnel Baby.
Okay, so you just uploaded all the Funnel Baby stuff, or sort of something. Right? Okay, so you got that there. Now go into a different workspace, because you got more than one made up, right?
Yeah.
I just want to see. And I think you got to click on the Chief of Staff.
No, you can get there from software to brain.
Okay. All right. So it does say disconnect there. So we changed workspaces, but it's still connected to the same one. Okay. So that confirms it for sure.
Yeah. Yep. And I don't know. I would assume this is the same too. I mean, let's just connect Calendly. And actually,
I was going to say, it's going to have to ask you something to connect there.
And this does use a platform called Composio. It's just like an intermediary between Marketing Secrets AI and these integrations. So basically, the way these are built is there's like code that interacts between them. Composio has just kind of synthesized the code so that it makes it simple and easy for them to add integrations. So.
Well, I think the way I described it the other day is, from what I can see of Composio, is again, it's Zapier on steroids with 1,000 different integrations, but you don't have to go through all the goofy machinations you got to do inside of Zapier to set stuff up. Yep. You could just say, take the stuff I got here and send it over there without having to go through, I don't think. I mean, now, and again, every single integration is going to be different for every single platform. So don't hold me to it.
Okay, so it does look like I did have, I'm just going to duplicate this tab so we can just easily bounce through between the two workspaces. Susan Ango, Chief of Staff to integrations as well. Okay. Let's hit refresh. I had connected Calendly. Okay, so it's connected there. And on Funnel Baby, I don't have it connected yet. So that does seem to be, and at least when it comes to those integrations, can be separated, which is actually kind of cool because you might have one Stripe account for this brand and one Stripe account for this brand. And a lot of like Claude, you can only have it connected at one spot. So
yeah. Well, I mean, Todd's going to have to get a hold of the owner of ClickFunnels and see if they can make it so that you can have more than one workspace. So hopefully he knows that.
He's a ping Andrew Culver because I hear he's the president of ClickFunnels now. And
talk to Bill Allen. Is Bill still the CEO or something? I thought, isn't he?
I think,
or president.
I think isn't he? Bill is the CEO of Marketing Prime Mover, Marketing Secrets.
Oh, okay, that could be. I don't know.
Last I saw, Andrew Culver is now the president of ClickFunnels, which
congratulations.
I support. So congratulations to Andrew on that. Did you read that article? There was an article. I mean, I don't think you've subscribed to Skip the Struggle newsletter. We wrote a whole piece about the ClickFunnels article about Andrew Culver. But he actually created, this is going to be a little sidetrack thing. It said his first product was a thing called Churnbuster. And
Churnbuster.
Churn, CHURN, Churnbuster. Like this one. Used by pretty much the top Shopify brands that are out there. AG1, Black Rifle Coffee Company, JLo Beauty. This was apparently one of his first products that was created all to BattleBox, all to keep you using a subscription mostly sold through Shopify. So I was like, this one? Good for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, as you can see, probably a lot of the reason he has some deep connections at Stripe, I would imagine. So I imagine he's made significant amounts of money for Stripe and for Shopify users. So, okay, now this is, and I'll say, this has been my number one complaint about the MCP and ClickFunnels, and the reason I have built my own is because when you segment workspaces, this becomes a nightmare to have to disconnect and reconnect. And if you forget, now you've connected into the wrong workspace and added tags to the wrong people.
Well, I have a feeling that sometime in the next month, they're going to figure out how to have the MCP be able to go for different. So MCP is different than this, but the MCP to multiple different workspaces and how this is going to connect to multiple different workspaces because it's getting to the point where it's absolutely a necessity. And so, in fact, I know I saw the other day in one of the groups that we're in that they said they're working on it.
And it may be a little bit of it's a not so much a ClickFunnels issue. It is a Claude issue. It potentially could be, right? Just because there may not be that functionality in Claude. Okay. We've done sidetrack though. But as you can see, you can go through. So I have Calendarly hooked up here. I don't even know if that's how you say it. That's how I say it. I also say Ali Abo wrong. So I don't care. Come after me if you want. I'm going to say retask Ali Abba. I'm going to hit the fun button.
Alibaba.
I'm saying it because it's driving Dan nuts.
No, it's okay. I'm fine with it.
So
people don't understand if they haven't been watching the show all week here. So Russell discovered Whisperflow sometime in the last couple of weeks, I think, and
probably watching our show.
The way it works out of the box is you hold down the FN button, the function button on your Mac, and then you talk, and then you'll see what Madison's going to do here. So Russell just calls it the fun button because he had no idea what it was actually called. So he just
probably
calls it
because the FN button probably doesn't fly for Russell, but
the FN button, yeah,
because it's after you've typed something and you're like, oh, so okay. I'm gonna say, can you look into Calendarly and see if I have any upcoming meetings that have been booked? This will be an experiment for both of us because I have.
So this is in the same workspace that you connected it to.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Well, yeah, this will be interesting to see. And you are in the chief of staff right now, and you're talking to the chief of staff. And so the chief of staff is the envelope over everything. So you got your umbrella, let's call it instead of envelope. You got an umbrella over the top, and inside of there is then everything that you tell it to store as memory. And then below that is Russell's frameworks and everything that will then coincide with the attractive character. And if you saw in there, you could do Seinfeld emails and soap operas. And I'm sure there's going to come a point very quickly where we're going to be talking about VSLs and perfect webinars and all that kind of stuff. So it says successfully connected marketing secrets to Calendly. Okay.
I'm booking a call just so I have one in there because I don't know that I actually have one in there. And I say
it should say then that there was nothing.
No, I had to reconnect it. So let's go check Calendly again.
Okay, so the connection had not been completed. You didn't authorize it. Okay. It's hard to see. The print's kind of small on your screen there.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let's see if I can. There you go.
Check Calendly. Not Calendarly or whatever.
Calendar. Now I'm going to have a complex about that. Apparently I don't say koala either properly or Aliaba. So.
Well, if you're talking to Australia and they say koala and you say koala, you're saying the exact same thing. They just hear it different because they're listening to you in Aussie.
That's true.
Come on. I mean, I can't understand half of what they're saying. So,
okay. Let's see what it says.
Connected. Let me grab it. Yeah. Now, one of the things in here, I mean, I kind of like it sometimes when you see the AI and it's doing the thinking and whatnot, but I've noticed lately is it's like telling you too much. It's like, okay, if you're thinking, if you do, but I don't need every single thing you did showing up on my screen and staying there.
Yeah.
Mad's meeting link today. So there you go. Now there's another thing in here. Now that you said that, is there's tasks in here. So you can create a task to run every day if you want. And say,
yes.
Is that what it's called? The routine?
It's called and where are those guys at? So you can use your own skills. But I believe
I thought if you go over for where do you create?
So I was under the brain.
Okay.
Which really should just be renamed Chief of Staff. Oh, wait, hold on. Props to ClickFunnels people. Can't be knocking them. There's a little tab, Chief of Staff. Apps that build on your central AI assistant.
Oh, well, I just see what I was looking for. Up towards the top, right underneath the blue Chief of Staff, it says New Task.
New Task.
That's where you find. I knew it was in there somewhere.
Oh, okay. So Chief of Staff just takes you here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you click on New Task, then it will ask you what kind you want to make or something.
Let's try this. Can you create a routine that checks my Calendly every morning for new meetings?
See, the other day when I did this, there was an interface, and then you told it what you wanted, and then you had to tell it what time and what days and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So we'll see if this can do it automatically.
It looks like that is here.
Okay, maybe that's where I was. Okay.
From template or describe it yourself.
Yeah. So like we said, we've had access to this for like 3 days now and haven't had much time to work on it. But, it's one of those things you got to play around with it and just click on stuff and see what it does. And especially when you have the ability to ask your Chief of Staff, hey, how do I do this? And it'll tell you. How can I create an email and then send those emails over to my ClickFunnels account? It'll probably tell you how to do it.
And so the other thing we should probably tell people is if you see this little path right here, which is my one complaint, this should be clickable. If you highlight this, because I had lost a series of emails and it kept giving me this. I'm like, where the heck is that at? Just append that to the end of the URL and it will take you. It didn't take you to the routine place. But, my Google Calendar needs to be connected. That's what it was saying there. It needs your Google Calendar to pull the data. Which is...
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah, because you told it you wanted to know what meetings you had each day. See, when I did it, I did something simple. I just said every morning at 6 a.m., send me a message that says "Hello World," and I haven't checked back to see if it actually is sending me that message every morning or not. But
because you're a developer now, Dan?
Yes, I am a
Hello
developer
World.
now. I was officially christened a developer yesterday, so I have to put "Hello World" and "Foobar" on everything I build from now on. I haven't seen Foobar lately.
I haven't either. And the other thing is, so Slackbot should be able to send a message. I mean, Slackbot should be able to do anything within Slack. Let's see. Approve it. Okay, so
now think about what you would have had to go through if you were trying to connect Zapier, use Zapier to connect anything to Slack. Here it was click, and you're there.
Yep. And so we do see all tasks over here. So I'm assuming that task is going to populate here.
Did that change on its own, or did you do something?
I refreshed it.
How'd you refresh?
I refreshed the page.
Oh, the whole page. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Morning calendar check-in. And it has no tasks. Okay. Oh, because that's the routine. Okay. Yep. So that was not the chat I had with the chief of staff, which was...
Oh, you're trying to find...
I'm trying to go back to it, but...
What you just messaged with the chief? I don't know if you can on those.
Oh, chat right here. Nope, back. Did say chat. Say, hey, we just recently created a routine to check my Calendly every morning. I also want to add in Slack, so I want you to send me a Slack message with those results. Can you do that? And it says no. No, I don't think it'll say no.
Well, we'll see if it tells you anything here.
Nope.
Hey, we just recently created a routine to check my calendar. I want to send...
It's Whisperflow's not grabbing Calendly because I don't say it properly. But you see down here at the bottom, I have Slackbot in Calendly connected.
Calendly.
Now
you're adding in another syllable.
Trying to pronunciate. It is not one of my top skills.
Where should I send the Slack message? Okay, so now we're sending a Slack message to apparently what I don't know what you call them in Slack folder, whatever, with a hashtag, whatever it was.
They're channels, so that's just how Slack puts them together. Yeah. There's a channel name with a hash in front of it.
Same as like Discord, aren't they called channels in there too, or something? Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah, or streams or whatever. Same concept. Yeah.
I know. Since I stopped using Midjourney, I haven't used Discord. Or since Midjourney moved off of Discord, and then it, I don't know. You never hear anybody talk about Midjourney anymore.
Nope.
And that's all we were using a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Or is it 2.5 years ago already now? Because I'm thinking like fall, like December of 23 into 24.
Yeah. I think probably by this time last year, we were pretty much using GBT image.
Yeah. But you've tested out the new image too in OpenAI, haven't you? Yeah.
Oh, I've used it in OpenAI. I have used it in Higgsfield. Same concept.
Okay. So anybody who has but here's the thing. So because we're getting close on time here, and the VIP call starts in a few minutes. But couple of quick things in here. If you are using, if you want to create an image, you just put into the chat like you would anywhere else. Give me an image, And what they're using right now as their default model in here is image 2 inside of OpenAI. And so I created an image the other day, and then I said, hey, what platform did you use to do it? And it's like, hey, dummy, we put the name of the platform right underneath the image. And I was like, oh, it does say image 2 there, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, well, thank you. Appreciate that. And the other thing is, if you go down right inside of the chat there where it says Claude Sonnet 4.6,
you can change these out.
You got all kinds of different stuff in there. And I tested it yesterday. And for basic work inside of the chief of staff, other places, there's some places in here that don't cost any credits. Some places in here do cost credits.
Yep.
But if you're just talking with the chief of staff, if you scroll all the way up to the top, you're going to go up to all the way up to the top in the list of LLMs.
Oh, yeah.
List of models there.
Optimized?
That is new. That was not there yesterday. Automatically picks the best model. Huh. That'll be interesting to test then too. What I was going to say is go into the fast here and grab like either Gemini or Llama. Those are your two best bets. Gemini or Llama. You could even do GPT if you wanted to. That's going to give you much less credits than if you're running Claude. So use Claude Sonnet or even higher if you want when you're doing copy outputs. But when you're just talking with the chief of staff, use a much lower level. I found that when I asked for an email to be put out on the cheaper models, it gave me a really bad email, but it only cost 1 credit. Then I turned it into Sonnet and I asked, gave me a really good email, but it cost me 15 credits. So you're going to pay for quality. So save yourself some credits by going with the cheaper models when you're just chatting.
And can't you, I guess it is not there. There is a way to see your credit usage, isn't there?
Yeah, down at the bottom, go back. So go to, click on the workspace up at the top. And then scroll down to credits.
Yep.
Which is, I think, where you were.
No, I was in billing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, so it was here. Yeah.
How'd you get 3,600 credits? Well, wow. Look at you.
Bought some.
Oh, you bought some.
I bought 1,000. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's still.
But still, yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you scroll down in there,
there's nothing else.
Oh, this is the one you just created, or not?
No.
So this workspace you've been working
credit usage thing is, it's the one we've been doing the stuff in.
Okay. Yeah, I should have been using some credits then. So yesterday, down at the bottom, it showed you like your last 20 chats, and then it said basically how many credits you used for each one. So that's where I could tell what the difference was. If you're just doing regular chatting, I found that with Sonnet, it was like 6 credits. And then if it was a cheaper model, it was like 4 credits. So there's not that much of a difference there, but they're big difference on some of the other stuff. And I will also tell you another thing here. When you're doing any kind of research where it's using Perplexity, it uses a lot more credits anytime it reaches out that. Or if you're doing any kind of deep research or something else, it's going to bang you hard on the credits. So you may want to do your deep research in some other platform, and then connect the two together, and then send that into this platform here.
So with that being said, we better jump off so people have time to get to the VIP call. But luckily, hey, guess what, Dan? We have content for the next couple of weeks. We'll be diving into Marketing Secrets AI.
What? Content? We don't need content. We'll just riff for an hour. We don't care. Just make stuff up. All right, we're done here. We'll quit goofing around. But again, if you're interested in this, if you need a link, if you want to get in with our weekly calls, our implementation calls, once this all kicks off, really next week after, then just reach out to one of us, and we'll get you all hooked up.
All right, and we'll see you guys all next week.